Alright guys, I'm back in here with you for a short. I don't want to eat in front of you, so I got a couple sandwiches I'm gonna scarf down, so I'll be sitting here on the side, but I'll still be in here. All right, I'm back in here now. I feel better. Got me something in my stomach. Scarfed down 2 sandwiches. You ever buy them? Let me cut the TV back down here. Well, let me cut it off. Really, I ain't watching it. I call them Cornish hens. Let me see how high we are here on this, because I noticed who's coming up. I think I'm gonna just clear this right here. But if I would have been more to the right, I would have definitely hit a mountain. I think I'll be okay here, but I'm getting a little thermal activity bouncing up and down because of the mountains, I guess. I don't know. Could be the temperature. Anyway, let's check our how far we got to go. We got 125 miles to go, which is, we're bumping right along because of the thermals, and I guess the mountains cause that kind of stuff in real life too. But I buy these things, I call them Cornish hens, but they're not Cornish hens. I kid around with friends and all that and tell them it's a Cornish hen, and they kind of laugh about it. But what it is, it's those chickens they have fixed up in Walmart already, and it's a lot like in a plastic tub. And I buy them every once in a while, and then I'll heat them up a little bit, get them real hot, and then I'll pull the meat off the bone and put it in a Tupperware container and put it in the refrigerator. And that's like, I don't know how many meals you can get out of that. But, you know, sometimes I'll eat it plain without a sandwich. Sometimes I'll just, you know, I'll pick on it. You know, it's pretty good, though. Good gosh, I'm getting bounced around here pretty good. The hell? Yeah, it's not good here. Guess we're gonna hold in there, I guess. But anyway, yeah, it's called, I call them Cornish hens, but they're something else. They're like miniature, looks like turkeys, little miniature turkeys, but I call them Cornish hens. But anyway, I buy them quite a bit. They can make a meal, and I don't know. I just cut it not too long ago. It's only been sitting about a day, but I said I gotta eat some of this meat, so I thought I'd eat that for a couple sandwiches for dinner tonight with some bugles and some. I had a bag of Reese chocolate covered pretzels, and I had a few of them, so, and a couple glasses of milk. That was pretty good. But, I don't know. Probably the bugles and all that ain't good for me, but. And then the bread, but it was wheat bread. But anyway, we're still out here at 14,000, and it looks like we're just gonna skim these mountains here. If I look to my right, you see what I'm talking about. And if I look to my left, everything looks okay over there. The thermals ain't being nice to me, I know that. But yeah, I had to get me something to eat, y'all. I hadn't eaten nothing since early this morning. I had like a little sausage biscuit, glass of milk, and about it. So that's my supper tonight. I usually eat like 2 meals a day. I really don't, you know, I don't really eat that much sometimes, but I don't eat the good stuff for me sometimes, but then I do eat some good stuff. Like, that wasn't too bad for me. But anyway, looks like a plane was just up in the Bamberg area. Airport's not too far from me up here in Bamberg, like a hop, skip, and a jump down the road from the town. and down 78 going towards Blacksville and Denmark. So you get a couple planes coming in. Like he was coming from Holly Hill. I guess he came up here to do a couple touch and goes, shooting back to Holly Hill now, he said. Excuse me. But yeah, it's I try to buy good stuff. I really did. I bought my last time grocery shopping. I bought some thin pork chops, thin meats, and like grated turkey meat for like spaghetti or something like that, instead of real hamburger meat. And I'll make some of that sometime. That's pretty good. I'll throw some noodles in the old pot and boil them up, and then I got like 3 or 4 cans of ragu sauce up there. Sometimes I'll cook, not all the time. But we're bumping right along here since we got over those mountains. It's not as bad now, but there's still some to the right of me. I might get a little thermal activity. Yeah, what we'll probably do is we'll get to Anchorage and catch a flight over to the UK, connect over there to London City, and then we'll start off over there with the Phenom and fly around a little bit. Try to get used to the UK area a little bit, and might do a flight to Brussels or something like that. You know, when you're dealing with different types of area, like Alaska, take for instance, you don't know too much about the area that you're flying. You watch some videos and you do learn about like UK flying, like what other places would you go that's like a hop, skip, and a jump. There's a few places I know, but it's pretty interesting going to different other places than what you haven't been to, and flying since on the simulator since back when Flight Simulator 98 came out. Lord, I can't count how many times of different airports I have been to and flown to from 98 to 2004 to 2000 and then I think 2002, and then after 2002 it was X, and then from X it came to this. So then you got 24 around the bend. And I have flown, what's that other flight simulator? Gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it. But you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the name right off the bat, but they just came out with a new one too. Yeah, I can't afford to keep getting into stuff like that, different flight sims. It's just too much money. I just rather just stick with one, you know. But, you know, a lot of people compare flight simulators to each other. I don't think nobody's got Microsoft Flight Simulator beat here. I mean, this is what, you know, 2024 is around the corner, but still, this is the ultimate that I've ever seen, especially with the scenery, you know. Scenery just spectacular. And load on airports that you got all over, and plus the scenery that's added in there that you don't even have to buy. You know, that's pretty good. I have, like I said, I've purchased a few airports like Statesboro, and haven't purchased Myrtle Beach yet. I got Statesboro. I got what else do I got? Got Charleston. Got Statesboro. What else? There's another one I got here. I can't think of it. There's one more, but I can't think of where it's at. I have to look it up. Look in my library and see what I got. Anyway. Alright, let's see here. We are, oh wow, 96 miles out. That's not too bad, huh? We're almost there, guys. Finishing up the Alaskan flights. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I really did. I enjoyed flying in Alaska, but I don't know. There's just so many places to go, bush places that you could go to in this, and just don't got the time. I just, so many of them, and you just want to go to other places and learn about other places too. I did say I was going to do some tutorials, but I never really got around to it because there's so much more to do, so much more places to go, and different other airports and different countries and stuff like that. Tell you the truth, I ought to fly in Australia before I go to well, Australia. I have flown there a little bit, but not much. But I think I'll stick with the UK because, I don't know how far Australia. When you take off to go to Australia from the United States, that's a long ass flight. I don't know what it exactly is, but it's a doozy of a flight now. It's long. It's longer than the UK. And I don't know, being a pilot, you would know more about it, but I do know that that Australia is a lot farther flight than any other place, and I want to say Tokyo and Kaitaka and all that are about the same too. They're a good flight. I don't know. Cruising right along. Let's pull the old map up and see what we got going on out here. We do have a headwind pushing us sideways. We got a little bit more. We do have some traffic on the ground down there. So you know what I could do? I could take a cargo flight with the 767 200 out of Anchorage going to Los Angeles. That would be pretty cool. But that's a long flight, y'all. I keep y'all, and I still haven't figured out how to pause. Somebody said something to me one time, excuse me, on a comment about that, and I'm still not too sure how to do it, but I'm gonna study up on it, because I can make the video and just pause the video and then come on back in and descent. That's what a lot of people do. Even the guys that are doing the real flights in the real jet, they'll say, okay, I'm gonna excuse me, I'm gonna shut the camera off for a while and I'll catch y'all in a descent. I don't know if y'all follow Citation Max or Steve-O or Premier Pilot. You got 310 Pilot, you got Baron Pilot. I follow all them guys, and that's what they usually do. They'll cut the video, and because they don't want to bore everybody. Like this, I could have picked it up coming into Anchorage, on the descent. Picked it up and cut all that time that I was eating. Picked it up coming in, and it's definitely. I wish it was an easy process to pause it and then pick it back up. But I'm going to double check. Matter of fact, when I get on the ground, before I start my next tutorial flights, either in the UK or if I take a 767 out of Anchorage, which it's tempting. I'm thinking about it. And from Los Angeles, we'll go to... we'll just catch a flight and head over to the UK. But yeah, it's very tempting. But I want to learn a little bit more about the pausing of NVIDIA GeForce experience. So I will be working on that. Definitely hard. I'll definitely check that out when I get through with this. Oh boy, look at the hustle bustle there. Really hit a air pocket or something there. 77 miles, guys. And I'm at 14,000, so I'll be starting down here shortly. Excuse me. I don't really think that milk is good for me. The doctor told me to get away from milk. And I'm thinking about it. I tried the other stuff. That other kind of milk that ain't really milk, and I just can't get into that kind of milk. So I don't know. I just can't get into it. So I don't know. I love milk. I drink milk for dinner if I had to, Okay, they're saying. Let me pause this video here. I'm checking out my phone here. They're saying the let me get this the aircraft that I got, the Beechcraft 99, the Amera flight, and I do have the Amera textures for that aircraft on there too. They say the Beech 99 crashed due to a door coming off of the pilot side. So he definitely had his hands full there. The door was found. They said that was the problem. That it definitely crashed because of that. So that was it's a bad situation there for him. It's definitely. And that happened on January 26, 2024. And the tail number was November 53. Looks like Romeo Papa. But anyway, if y'all have been following that, that's definitely something there, you know. But yeah, let me start down now. This should not be too far from the airport. Let's see here. 67 miles. We'll come on down a little bit. Let's bring it down to 11,000. Boy. Just after eating that happens. I don't know why, but alright, on the way down, pulling throttle back. Yeah, not too far out. But yeah, that guy, he, you know, even on, he had one key up. He was trying to talk to the approach control or the departure control, and he wanted to get back to the airport. And I don't know, going that fast. You know, that's a turboprop jet now. So you got to figure he's clicking along pretty good, and that door flying off really had a problem. That's bad that happened. But matter of fact, I think they both survived. They had a pilot and a co-pilot in there, and they both survived. So that was a good deal. So, you know, any day you survive a crash and they pull you out of the wreckage, and that's exactly what they did. So definitely turned out pretty good. Yeah, I was paying attention to y'all and kind of like almost stalled her, I think. But back up now. It looks like a small airport down there we just passed over. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's an airport or not. Looks like it. Alright, let's see here. Let's see where we're at. Currently only 59 miles out. 58 now. Hold her at 11 for a few more miles. Oh, what? Anybody got any plans tonight? Going out and doing anything? I was supposed to have some plans tonight, but I don't know. It must have fell through. So I do not know. Good God. Yeah, I got my lawnmower blades changed. Wasn't really that hard. I tell you what, you got to have an impact. You got to have an impact wrench to get them things off. I'm glad I had one. As a matter of fact, I had to charge the battery on it. I always keep one on me at all times. Got it locked up in the back of the truck in a lock box. and I got the lockbox locked to the truck. Hey, because you can't trust nobody today, man. You just can't trust them. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I mean, people steal. I can't stand a damn thief, man. I really can't. Um, People work hard for what they get, and if somebody thinks they earn the right to have it, you kiss my behind. As far as I got to say, I mean, it's just getting ridiculous. You got these people coming over here from Honduras and all that. See what happened in New York City with the cops, right? They were talking about that on the news, I think yesterday when I was talking to y'all. But yeah, it's a mess out there today. It really is. It's got to get better. We can't keep going down this road. You know, we got to have law and order in this country. If we don't have law and order, we'll have total chaos. Total chaos. So definitely, we need law and order. And I've never seen it like this before in my life. Like I tell everybody, I haven't. I've never seen it like this. When I was growing up, I was taught to respect the police, respect elders, respect the military, honor the flag. And that's just, see, and then you got these people, that kind of want to change the world and knock down statues that tell the history of the land of the United States. You know, sure, we're all against slavery, but that was way back then. I mean, you know, and a lot of people get upset about that, and I would be too. Looking back at that, what their ancestors had to go through, and people in the past had to go through that. I mean, I don't know. I guess coming up in the right state of mind back then wasn't with people. They didn't. I don't know. I guess they weren't thinking or something. So, but anyway, yeah, it was definitely bad back then, and yeah, I'm at 47 out. Let's go down to around a 7th out. Pull back on the throttle. Alright, but yeah, looking at the times back then, nobody had any sense back then. I mean, and I don't know, it was a different time. I mean, you gotta look at it. It's just, it was uncalled for having slavery and stuff like that back then. And then you had the British coming over here and starting a bunch of crap with a war, and a lot of stuff happened in the past. But you got to look back at that, just like they have Kwanzaa and all that. I guess that's kind of like a way to look back at stuff that they did over in Africa, like I used to like to watch the people make the baskets down on the downtown. Man, they can make them baskets now. Ain't no lie. But yeah, we just had a lot of our bringing up in the early days. We didn't have no couth back then. Let's just say that. And every person that came into America needed to be free at the point of them coming in. And if they wanted to join the army, they could have joined the army. And matter of fact, I've seen some movies where they said that if the black population joined the army, that they would be free then. And I don't know, I've seen that stuff too, but tell you what, it's just a lot of stuff's happened in the past, but I just can't see people wanting to change our just our way of life where we're all equal. Everybody gets together, gets along with each other, and it's just got to be a better way, man. We just, and another thing, we got Democrats and we got Republicans. You know, when they made that, they made a big mistake. They really did. It should have been called like the United States. I don't know, to have everybody on the same page. Because see, what you got now is you got one side fighting against the other side. And you can't do that. You just can't do it. No, nothing ever gets accomplished. So, y'all look at my side of the story and try to figure that out. It's just one of those things that really baffles the mind about the Constitution, and people don't look at it no more and they want to change stuff out of the Constitution. We were born and raised that way coming up. And to change stuff like that, like try to take people's rights about buying guns away and all that, you can't do that. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. And that's the big issue, the problem, where they think if you're going to take guns out of the picture, that it would solve the problem, but it's not. It's kind of like what a lot of people are saying. It's what is it? Mental health. Yeah, I'm a reputable firearm owner, and it's for protection. In this day and time, you need protection. So I just, it's common sense, basically. But then you got kids bringing guns to school and then shooting up a classroom. Now that's crazy. That is totally crazy. So I know I get to babbling off on stuff because I don't know. I just hate to see stuff like that happen. It ruins my day. It ruins my life to see somebody take people's lives for no reason, especially little kids where they got a whole life ahead of them. Another thing that upsets me is childhood cancer. Can't stand that. Breaks my heart to hear about that. Every time I see a St. Jude's commercial, it really upsets me. I think about the kids and all that, what they're going through. They don't deserve that. But it happens. It happens. You got to look at yourself and say, I'm pretty lucky. Look what they have to go through, I'm pretty lucky. I haven't never had it yet. My mom passed away of that. And I always tried to get her to quit smoking, and she wouldn't do it. My dad either. He had emphysema. And it's sad. It's really sad. But, yeah. A lot of people go through things in life, like even like my, I call her my little Harper. She went through a rough time in her life. And I don't know if you've ever heard of spina bifida, but she had that. She's a miracle baby because she made it through it. And I was happy, glad she got better, and that was really made her mama and daddy really happy, and it was a good outturn. So, but like I said, things all over. You wish you can make things better, but it's just one of them sad things in life. Everybody goes through this stuff with life about trying to change stuff and all that. And, I still trying. I'm from the old school, guys. You got to understand that. And I just can't get into a lot of stuff that's going on today. I'm sorry. I mean, you got to look at the situation. It's just you come up a certain way, you're raised a certain way, respect law and order, and God and His ways, and how God made Adam and Eve, and boy and girl. That's just, I don't know what to say, but it's really hard to understand today. So, but I don't want to get in it anymore. So, but we try to understand, and just like Joe Biden, I say, he's driving me crazy in the White House. But then I say to myself, he's probably a hell of a nice guy. If you ever met him, sit down and have a beer and talk, But then you got people's ways of doing things where you got to think sensible of doing the right thing. And I'm sorry, a lot of things Joe has did is just not right. It's not. But we live and learn, and that's just the way it is. So, but anyway, let me check here. I know we're getting pretty close here. Let's see. Yeah, 24 miles out. Let's bring her down to, and I get into ranting and raving. I'm not trying to preach or anything like that. I'm really not. I'm just telling you my side of the guidelines that I grew up with, and other people are raised different. Other people are not going to be raised the same. And that's what it's all about, basically, because people raise their kids different. If you don't have a good environment for a child, then a lot of things won't go right. I've learned that in my life, okay? And to put it point blank, me and my wife split up a long time ago. My daughter, I think she suffered a little bit over it because she really got the main bringing up of her mom, which I wish I could have been more in it and watching her closely, but kind of slips through the cracks, and you want to do the best thing you can and all that, different things in life, So that's why I say nobody's perfect. So you live and learn. That's all you can do, buddy. I like to blab off a lot, don't I? But anyway, guys, I enjoy y'all flying with me. Let's see here. I'm gonna get back up in the pilot seat here. What's going on? We got about 20-something miles to go, and we should be coming up on Anchorage. And we're not too far. I think I'm going to fly by the airport off to the right side and see what everybody's taking off from at Anchorage. I didn't do any kind of check on anything, so I don't know. I'm just ready to land it and get out of Alaska. That's why if I do a 767 flight out of Alaska, it'd be cargo, going to Los Angeles or something. And then I'll take my, but I am going to learn how to pause it, though. I can't put y'all through that turmoil the whole way through, because it's kind of long. It's going to be a long flight from Alaska to Los Angeles. God, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to definitely be a long flight, All right, let's check here what it's going to be here. 17 miles. Let's go over and down her some more here. Let's go down. We'll go down to 3,000. And that should be enough right there, to be honest with you. And we'll just cruise by the airport and check out what's going on, you know? Getting the yawns again, guys. Check my phone here. Ordered me sorry guys, ordered me a new phone cover for my phone. I bought a Buffalo Bills one, but it wasn't what I expected. You know, when you order stuff offline, you think it's a certain way and it's not that way. Well, that's kind of ticked me off. So I know this next case I ordered, I wanted kind of like a hard grade, rugged, protecting case with a cover for the screen and stuff like that. And you know, I ordered that, and it should be here tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Monday. But yeah. Ooh. Oh, I got to learn how to quit yawning, boy. That's probably from the lack of exercise. It tells me to get out and get off my butt. Okay, Anchorage is dead ahead, so we'll shut that off. We'll try to fly by the airport here. We're going to go on a heading bug here. I'm going to take it to the right a little bit. We definitely don't want to fly right over the airport, but we will fly around it. I don't know how y'all feel about the world, what's going on right now, but if you want to comment in my post, you can. Because I get just as confused as anybody else. I'm serious, I do. Me and my buddy down the street, we go at it all the time. He's really 20% harder than I am on what's going on now. And you know, I look at it one day at a time. That's all you can do. You know, I'll be dead in the ground after probably 10, 15 years if I'm lucky. But let's see, 60. Yeah, that's 10. That's Yeah, I don't know. But I'll be in the ground sometime. Let's just say that. But, you know, when I'm dead and gone, I just hope for the world for the best. You know what I mean? I want the world to be safe in the next person's hands. You know what I mean? And, you know, we've got to watch ourselves, you know, and just do the right thing in life. Like I said, it's just, you know, you take it a day at a time, you see what happens. And sometimes I think if I go to heaven, I'd like to look down on the world, check the news out every once in a while, and see what's going on. Okay, there's Anchorage, right over there. I think we're gonna take her off um, autopilot now. That off. That cuts everything off. And we're free as a bird, and we're gonna come down. Start descending over to the airport. This is our last flight, guys. I don't know how a 767 flight would be going back towards California, though. That sounds very interesting. So, I'll be going up towards the tutorials and checking out the NVIDIA thing and definitely figure that out before I make a decision if I'm going to do the cargo flight out of Alaska. So give her one click a flap here. We've got an ILS turned on, it looks like, in our I think I'm going to go for the middle because I got a plane lined up for takeoff right there on the right. So we're going to take it to the middle. You know, to tell you the truth, let's take it back to the right because he might hold for us. And I'm going to take up all the runway because I think the cargo is up there on the right, if I'm not mistaken, because I had to turn around and come back. Or was that Fairbanks? I can't remember. We got quite a planes, cargo planes lining up here to go out. Yeah, we're definitely going to use the majority of this runway here. Get it on down to the cargo area. Got a little stutter there. Stutter, stutter, stutter. Well, no wonder I got a little bit of air coming over the wings there. Okay, guys, we're going to go back in the same place we went before with the longitude. Let them take this freight on the parked aircraft, and that's it. And I'll decide what I'm going to do. But I hope y'all enjoyed the flight. I really did. I enjoyed flying with you in Alaska and talking a bunch of bull like I always talk. But I believe we parked right over here last time. This is what we're going to park this time. We parked the Kodiak because we It's having so much problems with the Kodiak, and we just old cargo shack here. Turn around right here. Well, I'll just park her right here, it looks like. Alright, lock the brakes. Lights off. Cut the engine. Alrighty, guys, it's been fun. Let's say goodbye to Alaska. I'll decide what I'm going to do here. We're going to take a 767 cargo flight to California. And then we'll take California. We'll just catch a plane and ride over to UK. And then we'll start our flights out of the UK with the Phenom. And we might do some puddle jumping from like back to America with that later. Cutting up right around New Zealand and all them places to the left. If you were going towards the UK from the States, that's how they use the hip hop around the area from the UK and over in that area is those little, I want to say, I got the name in the back of my head, but I can't think of it. It's not Switzerland, but it's like it's a cold place. It starts with a G. I can't remember. I don't know. But you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, all right, guys, it's been fun. But I will catch you on the next one, so you can say goodbye to Alaska. I'll let you know what I'm going to do later about if it's going to be a 767 cargo flight out of Alaska, Anchorage to California. And until then, I'll see you on the next one, okay? Y'all take care and stay out of trouble. Bye-bye.